spaceship. Hey there, it's Simon, or Oddimus Prime, from Primetime TV, here to have a little look at and a little review of this chap. Transformers Earthrise Skylynx. So, I got him yesterday, and yeah, that was how he came. Basically comes in space shuttle mode and tractor trailer mode. Guess that's what you call it, some sort of tractory movable thing. Yeah, first impressions, he's really solid. He's a nice meaty piece of flappy bird space shuttle. It's nice to have the NASA logo on there, which implies that at least the design of this thing was actually approved, so that's quite cool. Yeah, so he's quite solid. I can shake him about and he doesn't all come to pieces. You do have to clip, there's two little red clips here and here. You have to clip those in quite firmly, otherwise the wings will have a tendency to flap about a bit. I've had a lot of people, seen a lot of people in the groups mention about the some of the joints. Actually, I've just noticed that it's just popped out a little bit here. There's a joint just there that does tend to, I'll put it back in again, does tend to pop out a little bit, which can cause problems. Anyway, he's a lovely looking shuttle. This, I mean, it's not what you're gonna ever display it in anyway. So let's just ignore this mess of a flatbed transport vehicle. Instead, let's look at the actual decent modes that this thing has to offer. And I'm going to transform it live because, you know, I can do that. The head just comes out nice and easy like that. You got the mouth. The wings themselves, once you pop them out of the little clips at the back, which are actually his feet, come off. There you go. So they're a little bit more floppy once you get there, but nice strong ratchet joints to hold the main part of the wings together. The wings, his actual wings, slip out of the shuttle wings nice and easily. And then his retro engine just pops out like that, and then you can release his tail like so, and then pop his engine back on so that he has butt engine. Oh, such good ratchet noises. Oh, and then we have flappy bird feet, and that is effectively his terrible looking chicken mode. Again, nobody's ever going to display it in terrible looking chicken mode. Nope. So yes, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to transform this dude into leg mode and combine them together, and then I will be back. So here we have the Jaguar line, whatever it is, cat creature mode. It's actually pretty good. It effectively, you just fold the legs out and the weird double tail malarkey. The head just comes out from the front nice and easy. It's got a fair bit of posability in the head. It can move from side to side, up and down, mouth opens. It's got a wiggly waggly tongue in there. You want to wiggly waggle it? Oh, tongue. Again, nice and solid. The legs, they're great, but they're not massively, they're quite posable, but there's not really a lot of posing you can do with it really to get it to stand up. Again, it's not a massive problem. and chicken mode there, which actually, despite the fact that it looks like it wouldn't stand up on these tiny spindly legs, but just a quickie look. It's actually pretty good. So yeah, let's just quickly combine mode. I was not going to show it, but it's really easy. So just flip the feet back there, and the feet just lock into the side there. And feet. Oh, that ratchet noise is so satisfying. Okay, and that all stores away quite nicely. Pop him to one side, and then the Griffin, or the Jaguar, whatever it is, just need to pop the head back into the front there, close that off. So you've got a little clip there which you're going to have to pay attention to in a second, and there's a little nobule thing here. So what you want to do is get this bit and get this bit, and then there's a notch here, my little finger is. There's a little tiny clip part there. You need to get that to fit in to the knobbly bit on his back end, which like that, and then the front end clips onto the little white clip, which you can probably just about see. Yeah, cool. And if you've done it right, it should be solid AF, which it is. Hooray! First couple times I did it, I didn't get it clipped in properly and dropped him several times. But yeah, so you can pose his wings, you can pose his head. The neck's actually considerably bendy and posable. Ball joint for the actual headpiece. Mouth opens, tongue with his little laser gun. I mean, he's a happy little boy, isn't he? Again, the legs as is. You can pose the tail a fair bit. Oop, if you don't unclip his bum. There we go. And yeah, he's really impressive. He's a good size. Let's just pop in there. Let's get his Earthrise Prime. Surprisingly enough, I have a Prime to hand. Let's just pop him next to him. You can see that, I mean, you can't see the feet, but Prime doesn't really even come above the neck piece. He's actually massive. Prime's actually stolen one of his blast effects. Oops. It's not an issue, but the blast effects that come with it are actually exactly the same ones that come with what's his face, Omega Supreme. They're just not painted with the black colour that those ones are. It's a nice bright orange. Again, you can do with these as you will. I don't always stick them on, but you know, you can chuck him in his engines and make it look like he's got engine fire doing stuff. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not going to mess around with base mode, or at least transform it into base mode live, but I will show you that in some pictures and whatnot at the end. The thing that, again, to mention, the mushroom joints on here, they are the one thing that is a bit dodge. They do tend to pop out quite easily, and if they're not clipped in properly, the wings are quite loose, so make sure that you've got them in correctly. Yeah, that's about it. He is awesome. He's a really good size. He's a really solid, weighty figure. This is actually, for a recent Hasbro release, this is quite substantial, quite weighty. He looks amazing. He's unfortunately caused me to have to completely change my display, because now I do not have enough room for all of my Siege and Earthrise Autobots on one shelf. I've got to completely remodel, which is possibly for the best. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to pop into base mode and have a quick look at that, and that'll be that. Right, so Launchpad base mode is all done. I'm not. I mean, for playability wise, I do quite love these base modes, but again, it's not something I'm going to be displaying it in. It does look pretty cool, especially with the blast effects there on the cannons. That looks pretty good. And you can drive up the ridiculously steep ramp into the cargo area. Not that you can actually put anything in the cargo area, but you know, you could if you wanted to. Yeah, I did have a bit of trouble getting it to stay on the launch pad there, but it's fairly solid. It's a base mode. Base modes are always the third thing, or the fourth, or the fifth thing rather. It is what it is. Overall, it's a really cracking figure. It's very, very good likeness to the original, or to the animated model as well. It's really fun to transform. It's really fun to play with. It looks cracking. It's a tad expensive, but for the size of it, with the current sort of prices of Transformers, it makes sense. Is it as good as the third-party offerings? I don't know, to be completely honest. I haven't played with the is it MMC that did the gigantic one? Oh, I forget. I don't have it. I haven't pledged it. I haven't played with it. That looked cracking. But for a mainline figure, this is definitely one of the best I've seen in a really long time. Paint apps are good. It looks the part. Again, it's fun. And it makes some cracking noises when you pull the bits out. Good noises. Good noises. Yeah. So, Captain Modesty and myself, this is goodbye. Thank you very much.
Fingers on plastic.